Patrick?
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Patrick Daly. Sorry. And I'm here today to talk about how the strike between Simcoe and DriveTest has impacted our community. In our community, there are over 6,000 driving instructors like myself, and none of us has instigated or expected a strike. I have been a driving instructor in the GTA for over 35 years and have the privilege of teaching from diverse community, some of whom has gone on to become driving instructors and truck drivers, and they're all feeling the impact of this strike at this time. The strike has taken everyone by surprise. Students were showing up at DriveTest everywhere to do their driving test and were not able to do so. Some of those affected are truck drivers who are trucking produced across the border, older people who are not privileged with this information, and students from other provinces are affected by this strike. This strike will not only affect our immediate community, but it will impact greatly on all of Ontario. After more than 35 years as a driving instructor, the decision of retiring is within reach. It is my hope that as the time comes, I will leave the industry with the integrity that I found it. Because the strike has gone on for over 14 weeks, we have no more time to negotiate. So, our only hope and plea to the Ontario government and the minister, Mr. McGuinty, is to end the strike now that we will continue living. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions?
Do you have any idea why the McGuinty government is not taking any action? Why is it not intervening after everybody calling for intervention?
Any theories?
What I personally believe that the McGuinty government doesn't understand the impact of this strike on Ontarians. They are looking at a small picture. They don't look at the big picture. It's not only the driving school owners and instructors are hurt. It's a ripple effect on the economy. The whole economy is hurt. Talking about the driving schools, then we talk about the licenses, then we talk about the ripple effect on the economy. For example, the dealerships, car dealerships, the insurance agents, auto insurance agents are hurt, and the body shops, repair shops. Every seventh person in Ontario works for the auto industry. So which would literally tell that 14% people are affected or will be shortly affected by this strike. And it's already too much. Perhaps I believe McGuinty government has is callous, I would say, towards the hardships of this, those who are really hurt about this industry.
What's the mechanics of this of your bill passing? Like, have you had any feedback from obviously we'd need government support, right? So what's the feedback on this? Like, is this like, what's the progress of
Well,
your bill?
the feedback we had was again last Wednesday or Thursday. Mr. Cleese got up and asked for unanimous consent of the House to pass my private member's bill that I had introduced on Monday. And both the NDP and the Liberals refused to give that consent. We'll ask again today in question period and see what the Premier says. The government, partly in response to the previous question too, this government has shown over its years in office a very pro-union stance on many, many issues, and I think this is just another issue where the unions' rights, so-called rights, come first, and the workers and the driving instructors and the people that are affected their rights are negated in these processes. They do everything they can, the McGuinty government, to not step on labor's toes, and I think this is just another example. And callous it's a strong word, but I think it comes from the heart from these people that are, so many of them have lost their livelihood. They have to be getting the emails that I'm getting. Next to the, do you remember a few years ago when the German Shepherd was dragged behind the pickup truck? That, in my 19 years, that was, up to that point, that was the most emails and letters I ever got. This is the second largest volume that the PC caucus is receiving, especially since we introduced the bill, and I did that not because it was my critic portfolio, but just because so many constituents and students and that had come to see me the previous week during constituency week at my offices in Alliston and Collingwood, that I as a private member was overwhelmed and thought, wow, if I'm getting this has got to be a huge province-wide issue. So I took the initiative, and then of course Mr. Cleese was supposed to be at the press conference here this morning, but a good friend of his died and he's at his funeral. So we thank you, and they're going to have a rally just in a few minutes out front, and then we'll go into question period. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.